I've seen it. We actually, me and my cousin rode into town in the middle of that one, um, and everything, the stoplights were off. There was nobody in town. We stopped in the middle of the big intersection in Deadwood, and it was just like raining ash, and everything was just red all around us. It was like the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
But I used to fight fires too, so I know what a fire entails, and it's tragic, it's brutal, but it's also beautiful, it's awe-inspiring, and it's necessary.
Yeah.
When did you fight fires, Joe?
When I was, that's one of the main things that they use the inmates for is wildland firefighting. We're cheap labor, so usually you make 25 cents an hour in there, but if you fight fires, you make 36 cents an hour. You make time and a half.
Oh, wow.
So you go rest your life for 36 cents an hour. But you can get like certified and all that stuff, and you can take this close to the outs, and you can get, jobs doing that kind of stuff a little bit easier if you've done it while you were in. But it was a learning experience for me, and it was awesome. So it's hard work, but it's an interesting deal for sure.
I like fire though. I like sitting and staring at fire.
I like playing with fire.
I am completely obsessed with fire. So.
Are we all? Jeremy, are you fire friendly? Are you pro fire?
Oh my God, the tone of that. I like playing with fire. That does not sound good.
It's awesome. It really is. I like playing with it.
Whoa. Oh, it's amazing. My parents always had a wood burning fireplace in every house they had. Like proper one. It's like dark. So yeah, there's a real sense of accomplishment building a fire.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm always the guy who volunteers to take care of the fire out camping.
To build it and to control it, and that's why I like playing with it, because like having it in a playful manner around you feels, and then to be able to control it and like know you have control of it, that is so empowering. It's like magic. It feels really good.
Yeah, it's really a dynamic balance. It's really fun. I was just talking about that in my Facebook group. We were talking about how in one of my cigar groups actually, and the guy was like, he was asking how to get rid of the cigar taste in your mouth, and I was like, smoke slower, because then you won't burn it too hot and too fast and create all those nasty carcinogens and stuff, and create that nasty taste in your mouth in the first place. It'll taste good and it'll disappear quickly.
Yeah.
And then I kind of went into it as like that. It works the same with cigars and pipes as it does with like dabs, and as it does with like forest fires. It's like if it burns too hot, it will cause problems. If a forest fire burns too hot, it will completely eliminate the microbiome, and everything will take 10 times as long to regenerate. But if the forest fire burns evenly and moderately and just, does its job, everything regenerates. It comes back even stronger. And it's the same thing when you're smoking stuff. If you burn it too hot and you let the fire get out of control, it can be detrimental. But if you get that fine balance right in the middle, it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Fire is amazing.
More fire. So, do you guys have an eventful week? What's been going on all week? Nothing?
I've been finishing, like, basically it's just kind of like felt like ripping off a Band-Aid almost. That I've been dealing with a challenge in work, and I got it to a point where like I've established like this is actually good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And by having like that as being like a workable starting point, everything after is like, oh cool, now I can like see how this all works because I have a starting point that's like recent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really helpful to just, I feel like I'm like getting through the last part of this like really painful process. And yeah, it's been a little overwhelming. And then last week I was up in Oakhurst doing house stuff. So coming back and like getting resettled here after spending almost a week up there was its own trip.
Definitely.
All right. Sounds eventful.
Yeah.
Hi, Kayla.
Hey, I walked in on Sam being vulnerable. Thank you. I don't know what you were saying exactly, but
I don't either.
He was just updating us on his week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've just been like getting my ass kicked, and I finally feel like it's starting to stop.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's stopping for a minute.
Yeah.
But next week, though, next Tuesday, we're doing a spatial media symposium in another Topia, and they're going to be featuring the teahouse as a space that's like awesomely happening.
Mm-hmm.
And just how we've been able to like continually connect and meet people and hang out and like have a good time basically, and really use this space to build a community. So next Tuesday, I think there will be a whole bunch of people coming through and just kind of checking stuff out. Elise, I heard back from your friend Damien.
Cool.
And he's gonna come hang out, and we're gonna talk at like 4 or something. I don't know. It's on there's a calendar invite. I'll make sure to get you on it.
Is that today?
Do you know anything about what he's working on? I haven't really looked at it.
Yeah, it's basically just an event calendar for virtual events. I know he's partial towards, more like sustainability, design-minded type of events.
Very cool.
Yeah, and he's well networked, and he's done a couple of events that I've like helped with. I've like done my little classes or whatever through his events. He's just building that community, but
awesome.
he's like very design-minded, very design.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like we'll have a good time to hang out in here and talk about event design and experience design.
Okay. Yep. Definitely.
Topia's showing up in my sponsored ads on Facebook. That's cool.
Yeah. They're they're starting to turn the stuff on. The Spatial Media Symposium is in conjunction with their launch on Product Hunt.
Okay.
So throwing an event around it is just a good way to go. So there'll be lots of interesting stuff going on in one of the other Topias. And yeah, we should have a whole bunch of people coming through here. So if you're available on Tuesday and want to come hang out and drink tea with people, that's a good day to do it.
Sam, maybe we should come up with like a Google sheet for like sign up on timing, just so people know what time, what flow of people will be like here that day, so they know when to prioritize to be in here. I don't know.
No, yeah, that's like somewhere to somewhere to go check real quick.
What time Tuesday was it? Did it start?
It's going to be like all day. So it'll start, I think it's starting like 8 a.m. Pacific.
Oh. Wow, cool.
I don't know how much traffic there's going to be in here and when. I'm going to be a part of like a panel on building worlds. And that's, I want to say it like noon or something.
Cool.
Smoke detector.
Uh-oh. Who's
No,
smoking?
that's my kettle.
That's your kettle?
That's my electric tea kettle. It doesn't have the temperature specificity quite like to the degree. It has preset ones, but
Throw it in the trash.
it's gonna get rid of it. So this is a symposium for all of Topia in the tea house.
No, so there's a special, they're creating a new Topia just for the event.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then the tea house is going to be like one of the featured worlds that you'll be able to portal to from there.
So you can like what it can look like.
Yeah, so there'll probably be 3, maybe 4 other worlds that you can portal into off of the main event, Topia. And this will be one of them.
Cool. I showed my Topia to my programmer friend yesterday, and he was so impressed. And I'm like, I've been telling you since August, like, come in here and hang out. So he's on board now.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you ever see this go into like console or something, Sam?
Going to console, like accessing this on a PlayStation?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Honestly, it's never something that I even considered.
Yeah.
That is.
Our minds just exploded.
Well, I mean, we've already got the headphones and the controller. It's like all you need is a camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Hook that up and then boom. And then you can just then it's more immersive. You can walk around. You can maybe interact with things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally,
I mean,
I see what you're saying. I don't know if that's on their plan or anything. I doubt it.
Right. It's got to be a long ways out one way or another.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even supporting Firefox yet.
Oh, shit.
Let's get Firefox and mobile back before we start dealing with Xbox.
Oh, mobile's down?
I think they had to take mobile down again because of some of the changes that they made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it goes up and down. Like, I'm sure they're gonna try and have mobile back by Tuesday.
Sweet.
Check it out.
But
Mobile will be fun.
Mobile's cool, but the screen's too small for me.
yeah, it's also
hard.
like I think it can be a little bit of a data hog when it comes to the bandwidth.
Okay.
That makes sense. Ooh, Jeremy. That's starting to pop off over there.
Yes.
I went up to the mountains to sit on some rocks and brew tea yesterday. I was excited about it.
Fabulous idea.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sitting
really-
on my gaiwan still, but I brought my little teapot and that was just fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's happening.
It's happening. Soon I'll be posting photos on interwebs, talking about how great all the tea is that I'm drinking.
So I discovered another tea streamer on Twitch, and she's been streaming for 3 years now, out of Oregon, and she does gung fu tea, and she advocates for gung fu
A
tea.
tea streamer, is that her platform?
Well, she's on Twitch as her platform, yeah. So she's got like a tea house.
Is that her shtick? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
she's keeping on Twitch?
Yeah, and then that's all she does. But then she usually meets in the evening, and she does like a little, like maybe 45 minutes interaction at her computer with her followers, and then she She does just like she calls like a tea ceremony because she's kind of from that angle, but she promotes Yunnan sourcing heavily. That's like the promo that she does for her followers is she gives them like a 10% Yunnan sourcing discount code, and I guess she like shares tea from her tea cabinet. But yeah, I went to her stream the other night and hung out with her, and that was really cool to see somebody, that's been doing it for years. Hopefully,
from a different approach too.
hopefully she'll come to my stream. I invited her to my stream, but you know how people are, like whenever they're the first one doing something, sometimes they don't want anybody else doing it. So
Yeah.
I was like, I tea stream too.
But the second person validates that it's a good idea.
Right? That's what I was trying to tell her. I was like, yeah,
Right.
there's gonna be a whole bunch of us tea streamers soon. There's gonna be a whole category of just tea streamers.
Yeah,
Like, and that's great.
Yeah, that's good.
They gotta fight inferiority. People are like their validation comes from the fact that they're doing something,
Yeah.
unique or whatever, and then they find out other people are doing it, and it like devalues what they're doing. Somehow.
It doesn't devalue. It may change your perceptive of it because it's true. She may have for several years been the only tea streamer on Twitch. But it doesn't devalue what she's doing anymore.
No, not in
just
reality.
evolves.
Maybe in her head,
Yeah, it just evolves the perspective. That's all.
right? I think in fact competition's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to have 2 tea streamers than it is to have just one.
Or 3, or 4,
Well,
or 5.
tea is being streamed more hours of the day, and that's good for tea.
It's good for tea.
Well, look at us. This started way more basic.
On Zoom. On Zoom.
Yeah, just like just barely here and there. We didn't know what was going on. Now it's like scheduled every week, multiple times a week. Plus you're doing all your regular streams and this and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
At first it was just like, hey, we're all locked down. You want to, I don't know, something live. And now it's
Do
like,
you want to
oh,
be
no,
lonely
it's
together in our
structured.
places at the same time?
Yeah, that was how I got in. I was like, ooh, social things to do on lockdown. I invited 2 people today,
Oh, cool.
so we'll see what happens.
Where
Maybe.
they at? What the hell?
One of them's in Canada. They're about to go on some serious lockdown again.
Oh,
Like what
geez.
she was describing makes me like, why are people in the United States being so absurd in their feelings of oppression? Because what they're about to do in Canada, based on what she said, is like patrol the streets and ask if you're in the same family and like make you go to your home and like have written permission to leave the house and shit like that.
That isn't
So-
any bad time if you try and do that in the Midwest or in the Deep South. Just saying.
So, anyways, I invited her to come drink tea, and especially if she's on lockdown, here's a thing to do.
Yeah, totally a thing to do. Oh, that's crazy. So the whole country, or is it just her province or her
She-
area?
I didn't get details on that. She is in, what's the French part? Montreal? No,
Quebec.
Quebec, in that area. So she's on the eastern side, and I don't know. It probably varies from place to place, but I don't know the details of Canada.
I just made Jeremy, I just made you a presenter because I wanted to make your stream big so that I could see your beard.
Yeah,
So if anybody wants to see your beard, we can full screen it.
he's odd. What happened?
I always on the OBS, I always have to make Jeremy his own camera screen, so I can just have him take over the entire display. It's good. It's very.
Meanwhile, Jeremy's beard.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very popular feature last week, so I have to keep it going.
Should I use the bells? Is that too much?
Oh no, I think it's great.
I don't think
I
it's
like
too
the
much.
bells.
I would love to see you hang it in your beard and then ring them.
Yeah, while you drink your tea, you know, like
Give it a shake, yeah.
like twerk your chin while you drink your tea.
Indication is-
Yes.
No headbanging.
More bells.
Chin twerking.
We need more bells, more beard bells.
More bells.
Did you say chin twerking?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You don't want the rest of your head or your body or your shoulders to
much.
move. Just the chin, just enough to make it shake and ring the bells, because then that would be really cool.
Flapping your jaw. Bells are not too much. That's funny.
Oh wait, this is the serious tea talks, right? We're supposed to be serious,
He
right?
talks his serious business.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We stop.
Ring the bell whenever we don't be serious.
I can't wait until I have all of my like interactivity demands built into Twitch, so that like Twitch viewers all over the world can like command Jeremy's beard to do stuff live. That would be so cool.
I was seeing that yesterday in that stream that we rated,
Yeah.
and people were like telling him to do stuff, and he was like doing push-ups. And
Yeah.
So that's a feature in Twitch.
Yeah, and there are like bots that make it, or there's like tools that you can use that are very easy to use, where you can create like tons, unlimited amounts of interactivity commands that can just be done through text. You don't even have to like receive a message or anything, and it's just like automatic. That's the feature of Twitch. I like Cello Joe. I gave him a whole bunch of recommendations of streamers that are doing it like to the max, and I think Cello Joe is like clever enough that he could figure out some cool shit. He just needs to get inspired. He's like, "What book should I read?" I'm like, "Dude, there's no book on this stuff. Like, this is all like new frontier." You kind of have to just like figure out your own niche.
You just do it.
You just do it, and you need the help of mods. So, you know, like you find people that are engaged with your content, that believe in it, and like they're at your streams every single time. Then eventually you say, hey, you know, can you help me? Like, yeah, I'll give you mod privileges. So then they're kind of like a boss of your channel. And it's kind of cool. Like there's this like give and take, or give and give type of mentality in the Twitch community, where people just give, you know, to help make things better and build communities.
I see what you mean then. Yeah, when you were talking about Twitch really being communal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I was thinking that maybe you and I could volunteer to be mods for him, even just in the beginning, you know, and try to help recruit some other more experienced mods to come in and help figure it out for him.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to be a mod, but I will learn, and that would be fun, because I'm already there, like,
yeah, you might as well.
Of them, you know?
Yeah, you might as well
May
help
as well.
him out. Yeah. So
I enjoyed his stream a lot.
Yeah, it was great.
Cool. Yeah, you guys killed it with the you know, suggestions, the improv suggestions, and he responded well. That was really, really fun for me.
So he does that. How often does he stream?
He has a set one every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard, and he also does Sunday afternoon at a farmer's market. He'll live stream, but that's not on Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, Twitch is only Monday, and then Facebook and Instagram is like random times throughout the week, and then like Sunday.
Right. But
Yeah.
Monday nights we could do a Cello Joe watch party.
Yeah,
In
Yeah.
Teahouse.
Heck yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
And I like that, because we're already showing up on Monday nights for Monday Night Tea,
Mm-hmm.
and now Monday Night Tea can feature Cello Joe.
Yay, we can have music at the tea party.
Right?
Live improv interactive music.
Yeah,
It's happening.
I was thinking why we didn't have it just like the Twitch audio streaming onto an object that we were at in the space. We should have done that, Sam, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. We
And
could,
the only thing I can't bring in live right now is the video. I
Yeah.
can attach it to like an asset so that you can watch it.
yeah, but no, it's just the audio is fine. We could watch it on a different screen on mute and just listen to the same audio
Right.
together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Because we were having issues
Problem
with figuring
solving.
that one out on Monday. But I made a video of his tea song. It's like freaking 14 minutes long. But it was a good one. And he says he's right off the bat. He's like,
tea.
the Fungineers has a good song on tea. He's like, yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yep.
Yeah. You inspired me to learn how to record things that my computer's doing, so I learned and I practiced. The audio wasn't very good though. The Twitch audio was fine, but the Facebook audio was not.
Oh, interesting.
It was like, what is the program?
Yeah, what program are you using?
I don't remember the name of it. It's like it's Xbox Game Bar, and it's
What?
installed on Windows 10. Oops.
Yeah, don't use that.
Bye.
I just looked for like the, free generic
Yeah, use OBS. Use OBS.
OBS. Okay.
Yeah, that's a free
Yeah.
download.
I'll come closer.
Yeah.
You're looking to just record what's happening on your screen, or you're looking to broadcast?
I don't know.
OBS lets you do both.
I record that one song and start there, but I wanted to show the interactivity of like, we said a thing and then he sang about it.
Mm-hmm.
I see. The other one to look at that is probably even simpler, which is just for recording, it's called Loom, Loom.
Okay.
And that'll basically just record your screen, record your camera if you want it to, and then save it as a video on your account.
Awesome. Thank you.
OBS is going to be great for doing anything more complicated than just that.
Mm-hmm.
Out of space.
Right.
Come on, Kayla, you gotta reach for the stars.
Impressed. It's holding up well.
You got a lot going on in there, yeah, and it's nicely balanced.
I'm trying to work on it.
All right, we got the Jeremy update here.
I love
Looking
your
good.
emotion.
Got to work on your chin twerking.
More bang.
You've done googly eyes before, haven't you?
That was one of the best. I don't know.
Yeah,
We
Google
get those.
definitely where it started.
Okay.
Should I take? Wait. I think it's just not enough bells.
We need more.
More bells.
More bells.
More bells.
Oh, look what I'm gonna drink. Joe, do you see what I'm about to drink? That I just grabbed for? Can you read that?
No, I can't read it.
It says purple white. It's written in really bad language. Purple
Yeah,
white.
the
Purple
only
white.
that you got.
I'm drinking some of that Zushan Oolong right now.
Oh, yum!
I really like it.
Hey, can we get a sign in the tea house somewhere that says slurping is encouraged?
Can you, will you draw it?
Can you, I can't draw for shit, bro.
Oh, come on, Joe. It's your idea. I think
Yeah, I
you do
can't
great.
John can draw.
What do you need drawn? The sign itself, or the text, or just the whole thing?
Yeah, we should have a whole series of signs.
I just want the sign. I'm just requesting the sign.
We need a whole bunch of signs all over the place, like the rules of tea. You know, slurping encouraged, no tea bagging.
And maybe not right into the mic.
No tea bags.
No shit, Teddy.
No tea bagging. Yes. 100%. Dude, I support that so much. That is so cool. I'm gonna put that in the house. I'm gonna remember that.
I have that as one of my published rules on Twitch. You know, I have like all the community rules, like no, no racism, no offensive words, No teabagging. That's the last rule.
No teabagging. So Jeff totally broke that rule.
Oh, Tef, yeah. Well, Tef is learning. We have to be patient with him.
He's fun.
He's probably watching right now. Fuck, Elise.
Okay.
He's all, I like my yogi tea.
Well, and in Tef's defense, he did open up the tea bag to look and see what was inside it.
Yes. No, he's making good strides. He's been streaming this really cool game on his channel this past week called Raji or Raj, and it's like set in like ancient Hindi India. It's really cool. It's like sitar and tabla playing the entire game with all these like cool graphics with like mandalas everywhere, but it's like a fighting like RPG type game. It's kind of cool.
Raj, R-A-J?
Yeah, Raja or Raji or Raj, yeah, or Ravi maybe. I think it's Raji.
It sounds Indian.
Yeah, let me look
There's
it
a
up.
board game. Oh, R-A-J-I on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, is that what it looks like? He's playing it on his computer. But the game looks cool and it's got like puzzles and he must be sleeping.
No tea. What time is it there? Like 5 o'clock in the morning?
No, I think it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe it's like 12 hours different, or maybe
Isn't that like
2 a.m.
lunchtime for him? Usually he's in here at that time, like getting ready to make some lunch.
Yeah, really.
He's got his white bread and his mayonnaise.
Oh, I wish he was here.
Yeah, where is Tef? He's just twitching and not Topia-ing.
Yeah, he's probably twitching
Right
somewhere.
now?
He'll like pop in. He'll probably pop in later before he goes
Cool.
to bed. Yeah, he did that yesterday. He just like popped in for a second and then just left.
You played him bedtime music. That was funny.
I liked that music. I'm gonna remember that one. That was good. It was like lo-fi lullaby songs on SoundCloud. There was some nice selection of music.
No.
Yeah. That's
Drink
all.
some water and get some sleep, buddy.
I got to have tea in person with a friend last night for the first time in a long time.
Oh, that's great, Sam.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
At your house?
Yeah, we just sat out on the front porch, and like, I basically just like, we got big cups, and like, you got a steep, I got a steep,
Yeah.
and like, it worked really well. So it's always nice to like see people in person. That was refreshing for me to be able to sit and have tea with somebody that I hadn't in a long time.
Cool.
That's sweet.
I'm sure he appreciated it too.
Yep. And he's another person that like he ended up picking up some tea and will slowly start
Buying more.
he realized the green tea he had some of the green tea. It was like, wow, this is really good. And then I gave him some of the rain butter right pu'er that I got from the
Yeah.
Sohan carries. And that just like blew his mind. Like he didn't know tea could taste like that.
That's
That name kind of blew my mind.
Like when you mentioned that it's fermented, and he like people don't realize tea can be fermented.
it. Very much can be.
There's a lot of things people don't realize about tea.
Yeah. Oh darn! I lost Jeremy. What
Yeah,
happened?
we all lost him.
Yeah,
Okay, let me turn off his.
Broadcaster.
he's just gone. I think.
Yeah, I think he left.
Wait, Brian's here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Brian.
I don't know where.
Now
You ever
Sam's
know
gone.
who the creepy lady was?
No, did you talk to her?
Nope.
I tried to.
That's
She
so
was
weird.
like looking all confused. I don't know what was going on there.
I think she was looking at another window. So
Yeah.
like, if I like switch over to a different window,
She's all, where's that voice coming from?
yeah,
That's funny.
or maybe the speakers were off.
Is
and
that
had
what
no
she was
fucking idea.
saying? Was she saying that?
She wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was just like browsing the computer.
She was just like sitting there, not responding. So, I've never seen her before, so I don't know where she was from.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had something I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
I was at my last vending event. I kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on this because I know I've had this happen twice now, and I don't have like a contingency plan for this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had a lady come up asking about tea and stuff, you know, and she's like, "Where do you get your stuff?" I was like, "Well, we source directly with farms and different distributors and stuff. Try and get the best product we can, but for the most part, the large majority of our herbs and tea come directly from a farm or one middleman between us and the farm." And I started naming off some of my farms, like our friends Jeff and Melanie in Vermont. We got Lindsay and Brendan over there too. There's several of them, and I didn't mention anything about anywhere foreign, and she was like, "Oh, okay." It was like,
Yeah.
as long as it's not China. And I was like, "Well, actually, the best tea in the world comes from China." And she's like, "So we think." And like, I can feel it right now. I get so fucking offended. It's terrible. I get like this, just like lights this fire up inside of me because the Chinese culture is like my main passion. You know what I'm saying? In one way, shape, or form, whether it's Taoism or Chinese medicine or tea or just the philosophy in general. But she was just like immediately like derogatory, and I thought about it later, and I'm like, there's two different Chinas, right?
Yeah.
There's capitalists, like industrial, nasty China, and then there's traditional.
I don't think people know the difference between the two because I don't like China and the communist women's rights, religious rights aspect of it, but the culture, the people, the love, the passion, how embracing everybody was that we've ever met there.
Absolutely.
Like, people don't realize that, but it's the same in the US. It's the people that make a country, it's not the government.
Right, and people know the China of politics.
Yeah.
That's the China that most Americans are familiar with. So my question is, how do you respond to that? Because she said, "So we think," and I said, "No, actually." And then I was like, I need to bite my tongue before I say something fucking really rude. So I kind of just shut up, but that was kind of the end of it anyway. They smelled a couple more blends and walked off. You know what I mean? It was no big deal. But to me, it was like, how do I handle myself in that situation and maybe leave them with a seed of something, but it can't be too in-depth of a conversation because this isn't a vendor fair, you know what I mean? This isn't I only have a short window of time to talk to people. So I'm kind of curious how would you guys maybe respond to that? Somebody's like, "Oh yeah, China's a bunch of bullshit." It's like, what do you say? Because I had the same thing happen with one of our distributors. We met with them, one of our wholesale clients. We met with them for the first time, and the owner, or the owner's daughter, technically, but she's an owner of the place, and they're a very wealthy family in this community, very well known. And so we were talking about our sources, and I was like, "Yeah, and then we get this, from some farms in China." And she's like, "Nope, we don't want that. Nope." And she was like very firm and she just snapped on me. I was like, "Whoa, that's the first time it happened. Caught me off guard." I was like, "Well, I mean, we know where this is coming from and what's grown." So she's like, "Nope, we can't use that." And so I was like, "Okay, yeah, I mean, it's one of our, it's like one of the best teas we got, but all right, whatever." So how do you handle that? That's my question.
I don't know if there's anything that you can do in one simple conversation. You know,
I
that's
don't think
deep.
that's how I'm at.
That's deep.
Tell them it's from Yunnan and not from China.
Yeah.
This is from Yunnan. Hey,
Yeah.
that might be successful.
I mean, if they're really all ears and willing to listen to you, sure, there's a whole story you could tell. But the thing is,
no problem. No.
is that that's probably not going to happen. You know, they're not, if they've already made that decision and already declared that to you, like, they're, even if you did sit and tell that story to them, they're not going to listen. So there's like other foundational work that they need to do. Like, you of course can show them, but they ultimately have to make that choice. And so that's why, like, I don't know, like, I've been having to deal with that shit since day one, you know, of the work that I do. And I used to fight it, and I used to get angry and get into fights with people, but it's kind of futile. So all you can do is just say what you can there. You know, more than likely whatever you do say is probably not going to make a difference, you know, so...
It just falls on deaf ears, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
where's Sam?
I do know, you know,
Oh.
it's just kind of unfortunate that some of my best stuff and some of the stuff that I'm like most in love with myself, I can't advertise that part of it. Like, I'm better off to just not say anything about China. You know what I'm saying? Because then people are like, "Oh, you get your shit from China," and it's not. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, Alibaba China.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like traditional up in the mountains China.
Yeah. So yeah, you just have to make.
Yeah, I can see him now.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of text.
Yeah, what's going on? My computer.
Like, I don't see his video.
My computer just
but I
crashed.
know to go.
Like blue screen and all.
Now he's back.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
retry.
this is not acting right for me now.
But now Sam's gone.
Yeah.
And nobody's muted.
But it's a good thing computer crashed. I found lights in the meantime.
By the way,
What should I do with them?
Lights? Ooh.
Yeah, lights.
Oh, wow.
The wire ones.
no.
Yes, like rice lights.
Gosh. Can you zigzag them in between all the...
Let's see.
Yeah, ears for sure. Ooh, could you make glasses?
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, that's advanced stuff. Let me try.
Maybe a clown nose underneath the glasses? Depending on how...
See, eventually is like an upside down troll, you know, with like you make like your forehead like their belly, and then the feet coming from there, and like arms coming out the side, and then the troll hair going down. That'd be fun.
Huh? Can everybody still see Jeremy?
No,
I can't.
I can't either. That's why.
he must have crashed
And
again.
I just realized I'm on Brave right now. I'm using that browser, so I was kind of like impressed that it held out this long.
I use Brave as well, Kayla.
Oh, okay. I haven't had a lot of success with it in the past.
I'm letting. Hang on. I keep setting him to a broadcaster so that people can full screen him, and it's causing problems. I'll let them know.
Okay. Joe, I don't have any input for your question there. I have a similar thing with different topics, but like Elise said, you know, if people are closed about it to begin with, it's kind of like, you could be like, oh yeah, really good tea comes from China.
Well, I basically say exactly what I did, because even Ash said afterwards, she's like, you handled that perfectly. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't feel perfect.
Yeah.
And then that was really the issue, was like how I felt afterward. Because I felt offended. Like, I was straight up offended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which points to my own insecurities and my own problems. You know what I'm saying? I do realize that's on me, but
You need a good down regulation technique for when you get triggered, is what that sounds like. Like put on music and dance, or
like right in the middle of the event.
even though that woman doesn't like tea from China, I love and accept myself. You like do tapping.
Make sure if you're gonna dance that you're dancing to like some really legit Chinese music, you know.
Yes.
Just like have some speakers set up, and as soon as they start talking shit about China, just hit this button. And just like get like
yeah.
way louder than they're talking.
Yeah. And do some like Tai Chi dancing.
If people are willing to listen, for me it all comes down to the story of like our experiences in China or our memories of the Chinese farmers, and it's so far removed from what a lot of people think China is.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we get it from the Li family in Yunnan. Well, where's that? Well, it's in China, but like specifically talking about the story.
Like locations that don't sound like China, then they're maybe more a little interested too.
Yeah, but if they're willing to shut off their heads completely when you say the word China, then I think I agree with Elise.
It's kind of just like deaf.
For me, like that's been the best way to bring it up, because I talk about it a fair amount with patients, and it's like, yeah, from our trip to China when we were on the tea mountain, and like talking about the family and the people that are what I love about China.
I will tell you though, like I've encountered people that like they immediately say that same thought that you said, and maybe it's not from their own personal insecurities. It's like maybe it's like a tea shop owner that has to deal with that from their customers, and then they end up transferring that up to me and ask me, hey, Lise, like how you asked me, how do I respond to my customers that are afraid of China? And the story that I always tell that like really, opens it up for them is how related to what you were saying about how China's people is separate from its government and its policy and what we may think all of China is like. China's a huge place. And Yunnan specifically, like the minority tribal groups that make tea and that like originally made tea and brought it to China and made it what it is now, they were all but ignored. They were like 100% ignored by the communist regime of the 1950s. Like, so you go to these places and they're still acting like their evolution of cultural evolution didn't happen until like the 1990s, and that was fucking capitalism that caused that to happen versus communism, which is really interesting, and that interests people because it's like, the people that are actually making the tea, like they don't even identify as being Chinese. They're still identifying as like their original indigenous, cultures.
Yeah, like almost a tribe or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, I think maybe that gives you an idea. You could say, well, hey, hold on a minute. Here, look at it this way. Do you agree with everything the U.S. government does? And everybody's gonna be like, no, of course not. You know what I'm saying? And you go, well, that's kind of the same thing. It's like the people that we get these teas from, they are different than the Chinese government that we know from the news.
It's interesting. Like one thing that struck me being on Nanhua is that like it is completely separate from the rest of China, but you'll see like 2 billboards in the middle of the town advertising soccer and B like government policies, and nobody here even sees those billboards or pays attention. It's just something that it looks like they had to put up, but it's just like this is so far removed from this culture and these people, or at least anything that I can see that they have any connection to.
Yeah, they pay more attention to the idols at the gates with the enlarged genitals. Yeah,
that's what they point out.
That's like mentioned in the book several times, and the tea girl on Hummingbird Lane, that's mentioned several times, is the enlarged genitals on the gates in Nanoshan. It's fertility, like it's great. We need more of that.
So I got one more question.
All right.
Kind of along the same line. Now, I had another lady walk up, and she immediately says, like the first thing, she's like, "Ooh, tea." She's like, "Well, I'm a tea consumer, almost a tea snob." I'm like, "Oh boy, where's this going?" And I wasn't mean to this lady or nothing. It was just the way she struck me. But she was one of those people who gets bulk commodity tea from the natural food store.
Yeah.
And all super low grade, you know what I mean? But thinks they know everything about tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably has no idea. Actually, definitely doesn't know what a Gaiwan is. But they know everything about tea, and they're trying to like tell me all this stuff. And it's like, so what attitude maybe do you approach a person like that with?
Humble.
Right. Like open and like, okay, what do you got to teach me?
Yep. And let them realize. I
feel like you're not going to teach someone like that.
You will. No, you will, but you have to let them realize it for themselves versus you being the one to teach them.
The tea will speak for itself. You
Yeah.
ask them what kind of tea do they drink? They drink the gunpowder, the ground up gunpowder dirt, and you pour them something that's like.
Well, I drink Earl Grey, and it's like, oh god, here we go.
My favorite flavor is the orange Pecco.
One of my favorite things to do when we're pouring tea is I like to unravel the tea leaves.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of mind-blowing to people, like, oh, it's a leaf. Like, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
And they're like, well, why doesn't mine look like that? Like, well, it depends on the care with which it's picked, usually.
Yeah.
Or where it's picked, but.
Or how it's processed.
It's kind of like mind-blowing to people to see, like, oh, it's a leaf, and it's green, and it looks like a leaf.
Yeah. They're like, what? That's why I like showing people exactly this tea that I'm drinking right now. It's like full ball roll oolong. You know what I'm saying?
Yay!
So yeah, like that's generally what I do when.
It's a big old leaf. People are like, what?
That's generally what I do is like, you don't need to don't make them feel like they don't know anything.
Right, but kind of like drop some information there for them to pick up.
You don't need to teach them a thing.
Right.
You just share what you have, and they'll ask and let them ask questions.
I like share what you have and let the tea speak for itself, like you said. Yeah.
You know what's been happening for me lately on that front with all of the networking that I'm doing on Twitch, like going to other Twitch streams, like a lot of like chefs are really, building up their communities there. And my name has tea in it. So anytime like I say hello or introduce myself, they always say, "Oh, I love tea. My favorite tea is chai tea." Every single one of them says that. And it's like, I mean, it definitely poses an opportunity to say, "Oh yeah, that's tea."
I like tea too.
Except for Tef, because Tef likes to make tea without tea, which is really confusing. But he's online, by the way. Just letting you guys know. Him and Snake are both watching us right now, so we gotta watch our behavior now.
That's so funny.
Except for Jeremy. Jeremy, you are fully encouraged to misbehave.
Like, my favorite flavor is orange Pecco. Have you actually had anybody say that? That's,
oh, hell yeah.
That is so funny. that is the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Let us show you the dried mandarin orange with the tea in it, and here you go.
We actually bought our first tangerine, stuffed tangerine. We still haven't opened it yet.
That stuff is usually not good quality. It's big factory made stuff.
Try it to see it. It's like, oh.
One of the food scientist streamer, whenever I started talking tea with him, he took a break from his streaming to bring out his Gung Fu set and show off, because I guess he had a girlfriend from China, so he had all this stuff, which was great. But then he brought out the little tangerine teas and was like, "Oh, this is such an awesome tea I got from Guangzhou." I was like, Guangzhou is a big industrial city. There's not any tea growing there. But yeah, that's where they're making it. It's like big industrial style tea process. It's the most popular tea in China right now.
Does
It's very
tangerine
trendy. The little mandarin orange and the dried stuffed oranges.
Yeah.
It tasted like cardboard when Santa and I had it last time. Like, we were trying out a new tea shop and it was.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm not
those
interested in- I
blooming
usually don't
teas.
go.
The ones that open up with the flowers inside? They're cool
Yeah, the
looking.
blooming teas.
Yeah, they're cool.
I'm not gonna mention their name except for
Hey,
McLennan
Jeremy,
and
can you unmute yourself? Because
Yeah.
I want that red thing off your face. Because it looks like your
There we-
face is blinking.
Remember, you remember like safety goggles? Glasses?
I'm not gonna.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, Jeremy. I just
You
I
are
hope
now
it doesn't
safe to
affect
walk around at night.
your vision.
It's too much. Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite nut?
Favorite nut?
Yeah.
These nuts?
That's a good question. And that's a
I'll figure
great
it out.
answer.
I was like,
These.
these.
That's my favorite joke of all time. Like, bring out a these nuts jokes, and I just love it.
Oh,
I love it.
these nuts jokes are okay, but that's what she said is not?
Yeah, because these nuts jokes is not attributing any type of character to that sexual organ. It's just funny. That's what she said. Jokes sexualizes women. It's different. It's different.
Well, you're saying like these nuts just talks about the nuts.
Yeah, it's just
It's not
that
like-
there. It's
It's
not
not
a.
attributing any sort of character to
Yeah.
the nuts.
Yeah, it's just these nuts.
It's just talking about the nuts.
And usually you don't even have to say the nuts part. When you just say D's.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, the nuts is implied when you say these?
Yeah, exactly. Kayla, do you like pizza?
Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza
Who the fuck
D's.
I just had pizza before I got on here.
Do you want a pizza, D's?
You don't even have to say the nuts. It's just the D's is enough.
So at least you like these, right?
I love D's. Oh my god. I feel like 16 years old right now. I love it. My nickname when I was a lifeguard, when I was 18, we had like these like relay Olympic sport, whatever competitions, and we had to have a name, a nickname. Mine was Chef for our D's.
Okay.
Oh my.
There definitely is a company called D''S nuts.
But in all seriousness, I love salted cashews.
Oh yeah, we were
You got it
talking
there?
about nuts.
Well,
Yeah.
these are garlic herb cashews.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Cashews are by far my favorite nut.
Cashews
What
are-
about macadamia nut?
Macadamia is good.
I think cashews, like, I don't like salted nuts, but the garlic parmesan or the, like, honey roasted, there's a, like, super fancy truck stop gas station on the way to see my parents, and they have, like,
Oh, dear Lord.
every type of, like, beef jerky and stuff.
It's
Oh.
a double, and it's just like coated.
I would eat
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff right there.
Yum.
Oh, crap.
What about Brazil nuts? You ever had those?
I'm not a huge fan.
I like them.
My family's always called those, and forgive my speech, nigger toes. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
nope, yeah, nope. That's a name that needs to die, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't say that now.
Yeah.
My grandma also would say that, or they told me that once when I was a kid, and I was not having it. Even then, I was like, we don't say that.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
It just, as soon as you say Brazil nuts, I just hear my uncle in my head. I'm like, oh my God. There's like that bowl of mixed shelled nut, or like shell on nuts on the table.
Yeah.
And I like go to grab them, and they're like, I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
I didn't like the taste until like I started having them in my 30s, but now it's just like it's not something I will pick out to eat.
They're real intense, I'll give you that.
But if it's in a mixed
Name every
like
nut.
thing.
Do you know what the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts are?
What?
Beer nuts are like $1.99, and deer nuts are usually under $1.
I'd go
Oh
to
my goodness.
sleep. That's like peanut,
I enjoy
hazelnut,
pistachios,
cashew nut.
especially like in ice cream
Macadamia
or
nut,
like
that was
mixed
the one
into
that was sent
dessert
out.
type things, like a cake
Too.
with little bits of
Going crazy.
pistachio in there.
Yeah, anything pistachio, like flavor and stuff, is just wonderful.
Yeah.
I was just reminded of that movie Best in Show, where the guys listen off
Like
all
macadamia nut. Pine nut,
pine nut.
which is a nut, but it's also the name of the town.
Oh my gosh, I
Pistachio
remember
nut.
that movie.
Pistachio nut.
Red pistachio nut. Natural, all natural, white pistachio nut.
Hashtag caffeine.
Oh my gosh.
That movie was really, really good.
That movie's excellent. Like maybe one of the best. It's on my top 5 favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
What is it?
You've never seen Best in Show?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh, it's the fake documentary about the dog show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The same people that did This Is Spinal
man,
Tap.
we'll have to watch that.
I don't watch movies.
You would watch this one though. Just this one's good. It's a funny commentary on how people can be crazy.
If I sit down and watch anything, it's like a documentary.
This is a mockumentary.
Yeah, I can like learn something from them.
Cosmos, something good like that.
Something like, I don't even know what the last one I watched was, but usually if I sit down for that long, it's like a podcast or something.
I'm being
There's a
accused
good
of being
new show
tea
on
drunk.
Netflix called Alien World.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, they basically they take principles of life on Earth
Mm-hmm.
and apply them to other worlds, and like look at the way life interacts here on Earth, and take like predator-prey relationships and puts them on another planet.
Interesting.
So it like takes like interesting like science relationships in our ecosystems, what those same principles would manifest as in a slightly different environment being on a different planet.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. I remember there was a show like a decade ago on like Discovery Channel that they would like imagine what alternate worlds would look like. You know, guesstimating based off of environments being in certain conditions, this is what life would look like. Like this is what trees would look like. Is it similar to that?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Awesome. I loved that show. I missed that actually.
but it goes a step further to like, this is what these types of animals, this is what the animals that are grazing on the ground would look like. And this is what the animal that would eat them would look like.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, this show used to do that. Oh, I'll have to watch that.
She's in.
Is your friend here, Kayla? Oh, I'm into the show.
No, I
yeah.
meant you're into that show.
Sign me up.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's coming. She has her kids right now. And there's like a big time zone difference.
I assume
But-
anybody with kids is completely unavailable.
Yeah.
Kids are.
Yeah, it's hard to have friends here in my hometown because I'm the only one who moved away and didn't have kids. Who's that? Someone just appeared.
Is it the creepy lady?
Oh,
Oh, it's Brian. Brian's here.
Brian,
Hi,
Hello?
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
what's up? Is that Sean? Is Sean there?
All gonna rap on you right now?
Yeah, I
It
was
is
like,
a new human rap that I'm trying out.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
that's like Ace Ventura.
It's
Yeah.
best worn over the left shoulder, and sometimes it must be changed and fed in order to be most effectively positioned for streaming. Jeremy, I enjoy the festive nature of your beard. It is quite magnificent and makes me hesitate to shave my beard tomorrow.
Well,
gonna let it go.
This is a perpetual gift to the TikToks.
Just
this is what
wait,
happens when you drink too much tea.
wait until he gets into the chin twerking. Then it's gonna be really
Yes.
magical.
Wag it, bro. Wag it.
More bells. Need more bells.
Yes.
Do you have a fever, Jeremy?
Huh?
Do you have a fever?
I see.
Is the only more
Because
bell?
the only cure is for more beard bells.
There is only one cure.
Yep. Yep.
Let's get another
Let's
one.
really explore the space with those beard bells.
You guys are too wild for me.
Well, we need the little gnomes in it too. Like the gnomes climbing up the beard bells.
Oh my goodness.
From the gnomes.
Yay!
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You
Oh
don't
my
have a
goodness,
cat,
Jeremy,
do
you are too much.
I imagine them
If you
freaking
had a
out.
cat, it would be latched to his face right now. So.
Yeah, it would be like very enthralled.
I do have my gnome. Need a gnome.
What are you munching on, Brian?
I'm munching on some fried halloumi and brown rice currently.
Right on.
Previously, I was munching on some lactate because if I eat this without that, things get smelly.
Fair enough.
Things get smelly.
Oh my goodness.
Fair enough. Well, I like it that you're honest.
Wait, but your bidet doesn't have a like fart sucker that just makes it not smell?
Whoa.
This presumes that the smell is coming out when I'm located atop the bidet. It's usually not the case. It's most likely coming from under the sheets where
It's most likely when you're in an elevator and everybody can tell where it's coming from.
Mhm.
But as long as
So-
it stays under the sheets, it's not a problem.
We have clouds today. It's like cold.
Dude, it's all cloudy here too.
Really? We haven't had any clouds for like 4 weeks.
It's kind of been the same here. Yeah, it's been super clear, but today it was like all foggy and kind of frosty. Even like all the
Yeah.
tops of the hills are all frozen because they were sitting
Nice.
in the clouds today.
It's raining. It smells really good here.
Yeah, it's like my favorite weather.
I'm gonna go walk around in it though before it gets dark. So
Cool,
Yeah.
Kayla. Thanks for
Thanks
stopping
for hanging
by,
out, guys.
hanging out with
It
us.
is pretty much
enjoy the tea talking.
As always.
Bye.
Bye.
Go ahead to walk away and just close it.
No,
Yeah.
that's very disorienting for the other topies.
So like, peace out. I always just abruptly like, click bye. Peace. I told you I was leaving.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sock the entrance to the soft drink.
Yeah, that's a sock drawer portal.
Aww.
I still haven't
adorable.
gone. I should go after this. I should go check
Yeah.
that out after this. Brian, how's your streaming
Brian's about
going?
to say something.
How's your
Brian's about to say something.
how's your streaming going, Brian?
Quite lovely. We've streamed twice since I have last seen your pixels in the tea house. The first was the slightly stoned build out of topia.io/forest, a psychedelic forest with talking mushrooms.
Okay.
The
Typical.
day following that stream, I entered to see what was built, as we were not entirely sober, and as I entered, I saw someone else in the space. I walked
Sweet.
up, and their video connected, and they shouted, "Look, there's the guy." And we discovered that this was someone who we had read a bedtime story to. The following day, we did another stream where we read from the Noma Guide to Fermentation inside of the present in the kitchen. That was well received by the Read to Us community on Marpan, and we will be streaming more in the future.
Awesome.
Cool.
Put my nuts away.
These nuts.
Wash your hands.
Way too serious. Guys, I was accused of being tea drunk. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I think I was. For a second there, I really was. This tea had me going.
Which tea?
The purple white. I'm drinking the purple white.
Yeah.
The first word you just told me tells you that you're gonna get tea drunk. Like, say purple in any way, shape, or form, but tea, and you can guarantee.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee.
That was one tea I can't, like, I don't share that with anybody else in the clinic.
Oh, you don't want them to be on your level?
UV, I don't share.
I guarantee.
That was so funny when Cello Joe started to sing about tea. He immediately thought about like his desire of starting a tea brand. Isn't that funny? I feel like that's like a common theme. When people think about their love of tea, they're like,
He has a way of sucking you into the portal.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed his music though. We'll definitely have to we'll pipe him in here and
Yeah.
put it on the schedule.
definitely.
We
And I
have live
think
music in your Monday nights, Brian.
I'll be streaming later, so that way I can raid his stream on Mondays. So, you know, and I can end my stream in the tea house and say, okay, now we're gonna enjoy some Cello Joe, and then
Great.
turn it to
We
him.
also thought about streaming as a means of going to visit friends. So Elise and I will be stream bombing each other, taking our audience and friends to each other's worlds and homes, where we can share space and tea and dimensions.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what's cool about Twitch, I think, is that they have that feature already integrated. That's the raids. You know, when you finish streaming, then you take your chat and your audience to a different place, and there's like this camaraderie whenever you enter that place together. Like, not only is the streaming fun, but it's also fun to go meet a different community.
It was actually really funny. I was in here yesterday morning after a work meeting. After a meeting where we were talking just about Topia, and then we ended up coming in here to explore. And I was sitting here at this table, and all of a sudden somebody that I had never met popped in. Then another person that I had never met. Then another person that I had never met. And like, after I saw it was Sasha.
Oh, cool.
Coming in with a group of people. And it was just funny because we were passing through, hanging out, checking out Topia, and she was taking a bunch of people to check out places in Topia, and we like ran into each other serendipitously. And was really this fun experience of not expecting to see somebody, and then all of a sudden there they are.
Yeah, that's fun.
Joe, did you wash your hands?
Funny that you say that, because yes, I actually did.
I'm glad you did. Thank you.
But I have to go be responsible. So